Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm so excited that you want to learn more about real estate. Maybe you want to learn more about being a real estate agent, or you're just looking to buy or sell in San Antonio because I can help you with all of those things. Today's video is how do real estate agents get paid? I mean, this is a job after all. It's not just for fun, although it is super fun. To the nitty gritty. We will start with if you are a buyer, because most people, that is how they enter the world of real estate, is as a buyer. Most people actually, even if you have bought before, maybe you just don't remember, don't know how real estate agents get paid. So if you are a buyer, the exciting part is that my services as a real estate agent are free for you. Buyers typically, and I say typically because there's a lot of laws that state how we can talk about our commission, how we can talk about what we get paid. There's always exceptions. Commissions cannot be set in stone. That is to protect the consumer, because otherwise we do price fixing. It's against the law. Not good. When you're a buyer, you can use all that cash you've saved up to go toward your closing costs and your down payment. You do not have to pay your real estate agent, but you still get to use a real estate agent to look out for your best interest. It's a really, really awesome setup. There are a couple of situations where in the buyer's representation agreement here in Texas, the buyer is on the hook, so to speak, for commission. They pretty much never come up, but let me explain. The first one is maybe you find a for sale by owner home that you just love and it's perfect, it has everything you want, it's in the perfect location. In those situations, I will go and I will talk to the seller, negotiate, and see if they are willing to pay my commission to bring you to them as a buyer. Sometimes they will, a lot of times they will, sometimes they won't. And if they won't, usually I do this on a case-by-case basis, but if I've put in like a ton of work, if they won't, I probably would ask my buyers to at least cover my expenses at that point. However, fortunately for me, I have not been in the situation yet in my career where I've ever had to ask a buyer to pay my commission, so that is awesome. Most for sale by owner homes, we call them FSBOs in the biz, most of them will pay you for bringing in a good offer to them because technically you're helping them out. You're dealing with all the paperwork, really. The second situation is a little less fun. If we've looked at a ton of homes together, I've put in a lot of work and I don't get paid till closing day. So I do all my work first and then I get paid usually, I mean, it's always at least a month later. But if a buyer decides, I could just cut this agent out of the equation, go to the seller and just, work something out. That would be really messed up. But I'm sure since it's in the rep agreement, that means it has happened enough times that the lawyers decided that it was necessary to put verbiage in there to prevent that from happening and from agents from doing all this work and never seeing any kind of pay for it, because at the end of the day, this is a job, it is a business, so I do need to make some revenue. If you're going to be the kind of person that is going to go behind my back, not respect the work that I've done for you, and try to work some kind of deal with the seller instead of paying me, well, frankly, I don't really want to work with you. If that did happen, the paperwork does state that I have a very good case to come after you for my commission. So you should know you are legally obligated if you decide to be that kind of person. But here's the moral of the story: don't. All right, so if the buyer is not paying me, how am I getting paid? Because like I said, this is a business. I have to make revenue. I have to pay my taxes just like everyone else and buy groceries. So how am I making money? And the answer is the seller. When you are a seller, you are actually paying both brokers. You're paying the listing broker and the buyer broker. All agents in Texas must work for a broker unless they are a broker. And they have an agreement with their broker as far as how much of each commission they get to keep and the broker gets to keep. That's a whole separate topic. But the seller is going to pay a percentage of the sale price or a flat rate. Everything's negotiable in real estate, but they agree upon that in the listing agreement. So in the listing agreement, it states what percentage of the sale is going to be charged as commission. Now, Commissions are never a set amount. We're not really supposed to talk amongst ourselves about them because that could result in something called price fixing, which is against the law. But there is a typical percentage there of the home price that is split between those two brokers. Commissions as a seller, it comes out of your home equity. Most people don't even notice it. It's very rare that you're going to have to like bring cash to the closing table for that, and the title company is going to work it all out. You're not paying it up front. It's all at closing. So as a listing agent, when I come to a listing presentation, I always have what are called net sheets worked out so you can see what you can expect to get at closing, including paying those commissions, because it is important to pay people for the work that they do. When do real estate agents get paid? This is a great question. We get paid after closing. Everything has to make it all the way to the closing table, has to sign, and has to be funded, which means the lender, if there's a lender involved, they have to send the money. Sometimes this isn't until the next business day. Basically the same day that you get your keys, when everything is said and done, all the money has been dispersed, that is when real estate agents get paid. So typically I will go and pick up my commission check the day after closing if I'm not busy. Sometimes I'll just have them send it to my account, but I typically just go pick it up or they'll mail it to you, but it is after closing. So you can imagine that we just do so much work on the front end before we see any of that pay, but it's okay. It is all worth it in the end. I love being a real estate agent. I love my clients. I am so blessed to have many of my clients that have turned into my own personal friends. And I just love the element of fun that is my job, just kind of hanging out with people, looking at real estate. It's fantastic. So if you are thinking of getting into real estate, I would love to answer your questions. And if you are thinking you want to invest or buy or sell, I would absolutely love the opportunity to interview to be your realtor.